So
let's get into these calls. I just
let's
realized.
get the first caller in.
Sorry, y'all.
Today's a short show, and I didn't even realize what time it was. Go ahead.
1068 *6 to unmute yourself. I'm not mistaken. This number
Sounds familiar.
called in last week. I don't want to say it.
Should I say the timer?
I don't want to say it's Pertata salad,
It might be.
but I think it might be. Caller, you're in the room.
Hello?
That's on me, caller. Give me 1 sec.
All right, next call. No, I'm just kidding.
Uh-oh.
We're in that weird limbo. I made a Facebook. It did like 400,000 views where I just made a post about like that 2-week limbo. Don't know why it blew up on Facebook of all places, but
Nothing of mine. I mean, some things blow up on there, but
Caller?
Facebook, they don't like me.
Caller,
Hello?
you.
oh, there you are.
There you are.
Oh my gosh, I think George muted me.
He did.
No, it was.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm blaming
George
him.
definitely muted
Okay.
me.
Wait, is this Paratata salad?
Yeah, it is me.
Hey! Write it down, George. Write it down.
Huh?
I was just telling George to write it down, so we
Yeah, we're gonna
remember.
put your number on a bulletin board. So just in case,
like the true crime with like the dots connecting.
Oh yeah, you should because I will be here every week.
shout out.
Shout out to that.
When you know it's about to go down.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, this story is about when I was with my ex / baby daddy. Hate to say it, hate to admit that he's that, but you know, just for reference for later on in the story. Nevertheless, so he had a best friend. This best friend is like super, super, super attached to him. They're both narcissists anyway, though. But best friend was super attached to him in a way that it was like, why are you spending time with her? Like it sounded like a jealous ex-girlfriend, kind of like that. So like we would be doing like random things, or even we would like pre-plan events like ahead of time, and he would like the best friend would just always randomly get mad, like very uncharacteristically angry, and just be like, oh, why are you with her, blah blah blah, like blowing up his phone. The best friend also lived in the same house as him, like downstairs on his couch. So sometimes I'll be like downstairs, like getting some food or something, and like I would just see like a dark shadow come around the corner because like the kitchen, kind of think of the kitchen like a Jack and Jill bathroom. So there's like openings side and it like connects like whatnot. But like one specific side of the kitchen, I always see like the shadow of like a man or like dark entity or whatever just peek around the corner, and I'll be like, I don't have time for this. I'm going upstairs, or like I'm not trying to deal with this. I'm not trying to see him. So I would just like try to like turn around, ignore it, whatever. Keep in mind, the best friend was the only one that slept downstairs because there's no bedrooms downstairs. He was just on the couch. So one day, I think I might have been pregnant with my daughter during this time. I'm not sure. But nevertheless, I was in my ex's room, like laying down, trying to go to sleep. I think I was on my phone actually. But basically, like the best friend, his clothes were in that room. So he knocked on the door to like try to come get some of his clothes. And I was like, I don't like to socialize because I'm only social on the internet, not in real life. But I was like, I don't want to socialize. And like I was like, oh yeah, come in. Like, and I think since I put the blanket over me, he thought I was trying to go to sleep. So he got whatever he needed out the room, turned off the light, and closed the door. As soon as he turned off the light, you know that sound where it's like, this is the moment where he knew he fucked up.
Yeah.
I swear to God, as soon as the light turned off, I could feel the D word in the room with me. I'm like, oh, hell no. It went from me just being under the blanket to me like clenching the blanket because I was like, oh my God, I'm scared. Like I felt like a little kid. Like I didn't want the blanket to come off me by any means. Tell me why this dusty D word had the audacity, the gall to snatch the blanket off. Hello?
Oh, hold on, real quick. Somebody unmuted on an accident. He snatched the blanket off of you?
Viciously snatched the blanket off me. Like you know how like magicians do like that magic tablecloth trick or whatever where they snatch it was like that. Like he snatched off like so fast or whatever that like I couldn't even like be like pulled with the blanket. Like it was just clean out my hands. And honorable mention, the blanket was also under me as well. So he just straight like rolled me out of it, like it off.
So I'm sorry to laugh at your pain, sister. Hold on. So you were rolled up like a burrito, and you felt his energy when he came into the room, and it scared you, and you were like hiding underneath the blankets, and this boy literally snatched the blanket from under you, under your burrito roll.
No. no, like when he came in the room, he came, got his clothes or whatever, and then he left out the room and like turned off the light and closed the door, and then that's when I could feel like the presence, like he left it up there because I'm sure like the D word was like to him. So yeah, the D word.
So nobody was in the room with you.
Yeah, no, nobody was in the room with me, and the room was jet black.
Nope.
Light off. Yeah, before I was in the room, but yeah, so he snatched the D word or whatever, snatched the blanket off. I'm sitting in the room like listening to the darkness for like 0.2 seconds, like, oh my god, what do I do? Of course, I'm not trying to stay in there, so I ran to the door. I'm trying to snatch the door open. The door is not fucking opening. And I keep yanking, so I keep trying to like pull the door open because it's like, what am I gonna do? Just sit up there and cry in the corner? No, I'm getting out of here. So once I finally got the door open, I ran downstairs. And then I told him like what happened. Like I told my ex and his best friend what happened. And when I told his best friend, he was, oh yeah, I see that same like like dark entity peeking around the corner. And like he was the only one saying that he ever saw it. And it's like, of course it belongs to you. But yeah, long story short, I did have to move in with them, like with the my ex. And I didn't feel like the energy there anymore. Also, honorable mention, other times when I would be in the house, like alone, one time the power went out and like I could hear in like the room next door where like nobody was in because it was like a storage room and the room was always shut. I could hear somebody like messing with stuff in there and like walking around, but I only heard it like when nobody else was home, even if it was daytime.
Oh my gosh. Hell to the no.
Yeah, George, we need the
hell no. Do they got is there a hell no?
Hell no.
Yeah, he needs that.
Well, thank you so much for sharing.
And thanks for
And
being
thank
a
you
real
so
one.
much for commenting and
Man,
always engaging.
Calling me out.
Engaging in our content. We really appreciate you.
Oh yeah, also when Austin takes his hat off and he's bald, I feel like that's not Austin, that's like Austin Poster.
Damn. I'm gonna keep the hat on then. I'm gonna super glue it to my head.
Shots fired.
George is bald too.
Yeah,
so
George bald.
one of these days I'm gonna come with a bald cap so we can be triplets.
I noticed in one of the videos, Noah had on like a red head wrap, and I'm sure it was like a non-black person that commented this. They're like, "Oh, I love the red hair." I'm like, "Are we seeing the same thing?"
Wait a minute, bro.
God damn.
Oh my God, they don't know. I'm about to bring my head wraps back in 2025 because I miss it.
Somebody
but-
doesn't have to wear headphones anymore.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, you need a question.
Yep. Thank you again.
Yes,
love.
thank you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank y'all. I'll get off your phone now so you guys can answer more calls so I can be nosy elephant there to you.
All right,
We
talk to you
appreciate
next year.
Thank you.